Hello there! By popular demand, and for those who are baffled or repulsed by Twitch, it's been requested that I upload the ore percent run I did for the world's most pointless records marathon to YouTube. I won't bore you with fluff, so without further ado, let's get right to it. Oh, and don't worry, our regularly scheduled edited runs are still on schedule and will be uploaded sometime this weekend. Okay, bye! Testing 1, 2. Testing 1, 2. Alrighty. Well, hello everyone. My name is Lemon, and I am the creator of the YouTube channel known as the Backlogs. Welcome to Sultan Sanctuary. For those of you that aren't familiar with it, it is essentially a 2D Dark Souls game. And also partially a Metroidvania. I really can't describe it any better than that. So today, we are going to be doing what is known as ore percent. And in order to best explain what that is, let's just dive right into it. So first things first, we're just going to go ahead and make a character. Why not? Let's do this, this, and a little bit of this. There we are. Alrighty. So, as you can see over here, there's multiple challenges that one can do when starting Sultan Sanctuary. These are all completely optional. We are going to be doing ore only, which basically means that when we start the game, it is going to take away our weapons and make it so that we can't use any other weapons, and the only thing we get to use is the ore of a rowboat. So that's fun. I will be starting as the Paladin, and I will be taking the effect known as the Grasping Ring, and I will explain what we're doing that for in a second. So, first things first, I am going to do a little skip. Probably wondering what the heck just happened there. I just kind of basically immediately quit out of the introduction, and that saves a few seconds. And we're right on the island. Here we go. So as you can see, we have this ginormous ore, so that's fun, and we're going to try and beat everything over the head with it throughout the entire run. This man here is just asking me what religion I have. I tell him I don't know, and we move on. And then I'm going to give a little test sample there. There you are. That's what we're dealing with. So, essentially, I picked the Paladin class, and although it looks like it didn't matter, because they took away all my equipment, it kind of does. What happens is they give us some extra strength and endurance as our starting statistics. And so that extra strength obviously is going to help me beat things over the head with this piece of wood here. The endurance is not going to matter as much, but that's okay. It also, when we pick the Paladin class, gives us a few pieces of equipment that we get to keep. One are these holy pots that I've got in my inventory in the top left there, which are semi-useful. And more importantly, it gave us a ring that we are not going to use, but it's worth a lot of money. And that's going to come into play a little later in the run, so keep an eye out for that. Oopsies. Well, I think I killed them. Oh, there we go. Alright, so the first thing we're going to do as we're running around, we're going to grab this ring here. I promise it's a ring. And we're just going to head on down this way. Oh, I kind of want those. Let me grab that real quick. Thank you. Alright. See if we can't get past those guys there. There we are. Okay. Grab this and a hop, skip, jump. And there you go. We've skipped the first boss. A little bit more of a refill there, and let's keep pushing. So we've been grabbing a couple items here and there, most of which are completely useless to us, but again, they are worth money. And normally you would spend money on consumables or new weapons and that kind of stuff, and a lot of that doesn't apply to us, unfortunately. But there is one thing that it does, and we're gonna get to that in a minute. So right now, we're just trying to get through this area as fast as we can. Normally you'd fight your way through all of this, just kind of fighting things for the extra salt, which lets you level up and all that good stuff, but we don't really care about any of it. There's that trap there. We're gonna get right to here. Alright. So first thing I'm gonna do, I picked up some gloves. I'm gonna equip those. That gives me a little bit of a strength bonus, which again is pretty much what all this ore uses. So if we can get any extra strength we can get is great. And the less levels I have to spend, the better. I'm also going to grab this ring, which is actually useful. because it increases my rolling speed. And if I can roll faster, that means I can dodge faster, and I'm sure you all can see the benefit of that. So first things first, I'm going to drop down this merchant here. Hey, buddy. And you are going to let me sell you everything I have picked up and everything I've ever owned. Now, it doesn't sell for much, so normally you probably wouldn't do this, because an extra 50 gold gets you not a whole lot. But as you can see, these rings are worth a good amount. And more importantly, he sells these. Fire bombs. Now, this run, little history, was suggested by me when at first to speedrun.com. I thought it was funny, and the main thing about my channel on YouTube is that I do really silly challenge runs for this game. So, considering that I figured this was finally a category I could probably get a world record on, I suggested it, and thinking they wouldn't really, take the bait, they did. Not that it mattered, but yeah, so now we have this category here, and actually a couple people have been running it, so it's actually a lot of fun to have someone to play against. Now, the thing about this category when we first started was when I initially started it, it took me about an hour and a half to beat the game. Ooh, employee of the month over there, trying to get at me. It took me about an hour and a half to beat the entire game with this thing, because this ore is terrible. However, after someone went and took my record, and I was like trying to figure out ways to make it go faster, I talked to my wife, and she made one simple suggestion. Have you tried fire bombs? And lo and behold, fire bombs are amazing, and we don't know why. It's just, they're just so good. Look at this. There it goes. Adios. So yeah. So this ore only run, strangely enough, will feature the ore very little, simply because it is absolutely terrible. And if we're going to go fast, and if we're going to get around the 45-minute mark, then we can't rely on it to do a lot of damage, because it's just so many bosses are so resistant to it. And it's just, you can't do it. You can't do it. So, rather than do that, we're just going to burn everything to death, for the most part. We don't need a level up just yet, so we're actually going to take a little detour. Check this out, little secret door here. Thank you, take that. We're going to make our way around town, pick up a couple more items that'll be really beneficial for our build. Excuse me, thank you. So yeah, so as you can imagine, once the firebomb strategy was implemented, things kind of took off. We started seeing the time go lower and lower, and that's where we're at today. So hopefully we can get a similar or better time, because this category is actually very unoptimized. That's enough salt, I think. So if we do everything correctly, we might actually see our world record today. I doubt it, but you never know. Alright, we'll start with that, and this is, by the way, the skill tree for this game. It's enormous. Here, a little zoom out. That's what we're dealing with here. It's a whole thing. But as far as that goes, we don't have to worry about a whole lot of that skill tree, simply because as the game has already put the restrictions on us for what weapons we can and cannot use, a lot of the tree there becomes essentially useless. Now, what we can use on that tree is the nodes going throughout it that you saw me kind of plugging into a little bit. Each of those gives you a stat bonus. So one of them gives you strength, one of them gives you stamina, that kind of thing. At first, what we're going to do is we're going to pour into stamina, just so I can roll around at the speed of sound a little bit faster, which means I can beat the game a little bit faster. A little upside down, dude. Yeah, just burn my hand for me, would you? Thanks, Chief. So yeah, so first we're going to pour into stamina for a little bit, just to make it so that we can get around the map a little faster. And after that point, we are just going to dump straight into strength like there's no tomorrow. And that's about it. That's the largest part of the build. We don't have to think any harder than that. Nice and easy, this one. Nice and easy. Alright. So while I'm here, I'm gonna steal this guy's religion. That seems fair. And then we're gonna actually buy a different variety of the fire pots, which is the holy pots. See why in a minute. Alright, so see if I can scoot past all of this. There we are. Beautiful. Let's just keep on pushing. Now, any of you, I'm going to stop real quick and make sure I have the right rings on. Alright, any of you that have played Dark Souls are going to see a lot of things that you probably recognize as homages, like that big guy down there. Probably reminds a couple of you from some of your Ornstein and Smo and Orlando days. Just saying, it looks a little bit like that Anne Orlando night. Oh no, you decided to warp in today. That's a problem. There we go. We're okay. But you're going to see that, and probably a couple other of the bosses and enemies as well. I wouldn't be surprised if you look at it and go, oh hey, I know what that is. So, definitely a lot of inspiration coming from the Dark Souls genre. Just kind of flattened against a piece of paper. So, but a real great game. I have absolutely fallen into this thing like no tomorrow. It's ruining my life. No. But no, this is a great game, and if you haven't tried it, definitely put it on your wish list. It's like, think about $20 normally and like $5 on sale. Totally worth your time. Anywho, sales pitch aside, moving on, we're gonna make sure we've got our holy pots there. There we are. And you know what? I'm gonna equip the fire pots too, just in case. Let's go see what's over here. Oh look, it's my boy. All right, so with these here holy pots, they don't do as much damage as the fire pots do, unfortunately. But as I'm sure you can see, they do have one other thing up their sleeve, which is stagger damage. Oh, goodness gracious, you. Alright, well, we're gonna play this a little safe today. There we are. Every practice run we did perfectly fine, and today's the day he decides to fight back. Good for him. So yes, as you can see, the stagger damage is ridiculous, as is his will to live, which he'd stop. And normally it would allow us to just stun lock him right into oblivion, and he would just kind of sit there and take it. But today he's decided that he not only wants to fly, but he wants to live. That's good. We should have just enough holy pots to get him out of here. Okay, buddy. Alright. Thank you for showing everyone your moveset. Very kind of you. Here, have a party favor. There you go, buddy. Alright. Anywho, normally, on a good run, you can stun lock him literally to stand still, just for a good solid, 2 minutes, and there he goes. But apparently he decided he wasn't going to play today. That's okay. As long as he doesn't kill me, I don't care. The main problem with this run that you have to be careful about is that if you goof it, if something goes wrong and you die, then you are in a heap of trouble. Good, yep, that's what I meant to use. You're in a heap of trouble because not only does every death cost you some consumables in the sense that you've used them, but also you'll lose any money you were carrying, about 10% of it, in fact. So you lose the consumables you've used, and you lose the consumables that you could have bought. So we have to be kind of cautious, at least in the beginning, because our coin purse is basically the thing we're racing right now. And if it outraces you, that's it, because you're stuck with this stick. And I'm going to tell you right now, you don't want to be stuck with this stick. So, alright, well, we are making at a pretty good pace here. We're at about 12 minutes, and we are almost a third of the way done. So that's pretty solid. We're on pace, I'd say, roughly. A little slow because the dragon didn't play nice, but that's okay. We're just going to move right along. So up next, we are actually going to show another thing that took a little fiddling. It was something that we kind of bumped into, but again, thanks to all of the nonsense I put myself through on a daily basis with the challenge runs of this game, I was actually able to discover a workaround for it. And we'll show you right now. So first things first, we are going to load ourselves up a blacksmith, get him going, and in fact I need a guide as well. This blacksmith here is going to take the salt that we would normally use for leveling up and let us level up our stick. So let's start with that. We're going to get this up to +4, just in case I have to resort to using it. God help us. So we're going to get that done. And after we've got him all upgraded there, very nice, we are now going to go talk to our guide who acts as a teleporter. So first things first, just grab a couple of these in case I goof something. We're going to tell us to take us all the way back to our original merchant that we put down over here. Hello, bud. So first thing we need to do is take these fire pots and throw them on the ground. Insert joke there. Alright, next we're going to buy as many fire pots as we can, which the game says is 99. Now we still have money. And I believe in capitalism, and I'll be danged if he's going to tell me that my money's no good here. So I'm going to throw these on the ground. And lo and behold, he's all cool with it. So the game is checking... Get it all? Good. The game is checking to see if you have 99 in your inventory, and if you do, it says no, don't sell. But if you don't have 99 in your inventory, and they just happen to be on the floor, well then hey, fair game. So, not a glitch, just a workaround, which is always welcome. Alright, so moving on, we need to pump in a few points to some strength, and I need one more point in willpower. That'll do it. Alright. So I think as far as this run is concerned, that's enough willpower for the day. All that going there. So we don't have to worry about that anymore. I'm going to chug this little mysterious green potion here. We're going to go this way, and that mysterious green potion lets us see all these ghosty boys who are just wanting to play. Oh, how they want to play. Okay. Come on now. There you go. There we go. Alright. We're going to do our best to not play tag with them any more than I can help it. Oh good, the archer's here now too. Nope. Alright. And we should be out of aggro range. And now I'm going to go this way. Because believe it or not, that's safer. Jump on this, chug a little potion. Oop, he's upset. And we are at the third lamb. And so, here's our next boss. Let's do it. Oh man, that archer's getting close to the arena. I really hope he does not decide to tag in. That would be a problem. Looks like he's going to be playing fair. Alright. So the third lamb is not, in fact, a lamb at all. It is some sort of manicore hippogriff combination. Just ignore that. I promise it makes sense if you read the lore. And unfortunately, with this boss fight, I might have to stop jib-jabbing a little bit, just because it gets a little intense at the end. And if I goof it now, we're in big trouble. So, enjoy me rolling around in circles, throwing fire at bird. Ow. Okay, there's that. There's that. And this. Good. Alright, good. We're fine. Ooh, buddy. Alright, big guy, take your lumps. Come on. No, you take the lumps. I don't need the lumps. I took enough. Let's get a little bit of safety. There we are. One more round of this nonsense. Oh, buddy. What are you doing? Okay. There you go. Good dog. Alright, so hopefully that archer doesn't decide now is the time to strike. Seems like he's going to let us go. That's good. Whew. Alright, we're going to talk to this here NPC real quick, and he's going to give us another burn mark on our hand. And in case you weren't aware, these burn marks essentially give us little special powers. So the first one lets us run upside down, as you might have seen. We are going to actually take the safety bonfire. Just in case, because my luck is getting a little too good, and I feel like the game is waiting to rip it away from me. Alright. So that first one, that first brand actually let us walk upside down on ceilings. Very helpful, that. And then the second one lets us jump off of the walls, which you've also seen. And that last one lets us step on invisible platforms that we normally wouldn't be able to step on, as long as we have a torch out. So hopefully... Come on, boys. That's a spirit. Hopefully we can make it past all these guys again. But we are the tag master. You don't stand a chance. And we're gonna keep pushing, this time all the way to the right. Instead of going up. Uh-oh. There we are. Just gonna go this way. Hey, how's it going? Don't mind me, just walking through. And we're out. Now, this next part is known as the Ziggurat of Dust. Oh, buddy. Local woman outrolls horse. Yeah, we did it. This next one here, as you can tell, it is a ziggurat. And a ziggurat is a big fancy word for pyramid-shaped structure. We are going to go inside, roll around here for a little bit, piss off a couple liches. There we go. And now this guy right here. Oh, he's going to play nice today, it looks like. Okay, I'll take it. So this enemy that I just rolled past there is a bit of a problem, and we're going to talk about that as soon as I go restock. Actually, no. Give me a cleric. Oh, whew, startled myself. Okay. So we're going to take, that's a good number of holy pots. That should do it, right? I think that's fine. Pop that out, put that in. Alright, so this enemy over here, keep getting distracted. I cannot walk and talk at the same time. I kid you not. He has the tag blind, so he can't actually see us. And so he just kind of flails a lot, which becomes a real problem because we still have not, as far as I know, in the Sultan Sanctuary community, we still haven't figured out what exactly triggers him. I don't know if it's footsteps, I don't know if it's lighting a torch, like I have no idea. And so sometimes he just sits there and lets you get past him, and other times... Did I get poisoned? No, we're good. And other times, he just goes mad, and he goes crazy after you, and it's just... Ugh. RNG, I swear. And any speedrunner of Sultan Sanctuary will warn you to prepare yourself, because this game loves its RNG. And right now, it probably doesn't look it, but just you wait. We're gonna get to a couple bosses and other things, and it's just gonna be a rough time. Oh, look, there's RNG now. Yes, thank you. Appreciate that. Really appreciate that. Felt real good. All right. I swear, if he comes in there, if he comes in the arena, I'm gonna be so mad. All right. Here's the Dread King. Look at that boy. Now, he really is a fiery boy. And so we're going to try to just get around him with the stun lock and the holy damage. Hopefully it works. We'll see. And he's also weak to blunt, which is good, because that means we can use our ore in a pinch. But I feel safer throwing these holy pots, so that's what we're going to do for now. Get out of this corner. I really don't want to be in this corner. For that exact reason. Alright. Halfway done. There you go, buddy. This is about as close to an MMO as you're going to get in this game. Well, with the whole stay out of the red, why are you in the red? So if you've ever played an MMO, this boss is going to be a piece of cake for you. Stay out of the red. Alright. Almost got him. Ooh, yeah, he is jammed up in that corner. What is he doing? He's so far in there he can't even use his attacks anymore. Uh-oh, that's unfortunate. Ooh, okay, we're safe. Woo. Here, take your medicine. Yikes. Not even close. Not even close. Calculated risk. Alright. Get me out of here before the game murders me somehow. Alright. Here's our boy. Just confused. Confused sorcerer, doesn't really know what's going on. He's got a lot of lore. We're not here for that today. Please. Get Portal 2 flashbacks. Press A to talk. Okay, that's jumping. There you go. Alright. So, he also gave us a nice little fire brand for our hand, and his special one is a good one. It lets us double jump, or triple jump, depending on your point of view, I suppose. But that not only lets me cover more ground quickly, but also gives us a lot more maneuverability when it comes to fighting and bosses and just generally getting around the map. So that's going to help immensely. Alright. Winding down now. Let's get a couple more bits of level here. Let's pump that into strength as per usual. There's some more. That'll do it. Now we're going to take a little shortcut. Yep, that was the shortcut. Good job. There you go. Alright, there it is. We're just going to hop, skip, and jump across this here. Bunch of jumps. Take that, thank you. And hopefully everything goes well. Now normally in every other speedrun of this game, for which there are many, you usually spend a lot of time here because these enemies drop one of the best weapons in the game, or a piece of it anyway. So now at this point they're really just taunting me, which is great. Love that. Oh look, now they're yelling. And now they're upset. Oh boy. But we are kind of skipping a large chunk of the game by taking this here shortcut. Normally you'd have to fight your way through probably another 3-4 bosses on this side of the map alone. Not to mention the other side of the map, which I completely ignored. But we're not going to do that. We are just going to skip our happy little butt this way. And voila, we're at the bottom of a nice area. Now, this is the trick part. You're going to see these unicorns. Do not be fooled. They are pure evil. Oh god, he's running. Come on, buddy. Oh, you did it. Don't do it to me. Okay. Woo. As anyone who's ever played Salt and Sanctuary can tell you, pure evil, those unicorns. They are one-hit kills. I don't care how much armor you're wearing or how much health you have, every time. And if that's the case, thank you, actually. Yeah, that's good. And with that being the case, that means you get hit by one of those boys and that's it. Run is over. But RNGesus favors us today. I accept. And we are in the last stretch of the run. So this next upcoming section consists of the rest of the bosses, really, is what it comes down to. It's basically going to be a boss rush. Pretty much almost literally. And so with that being the case, I'm going to make sure that we spend all the money we have on nice consumables. We don't want to throw it down there. Let's put it over here. And the reason I'm kind of stretching them all out a bit, kind of throwing them all over the floor, is not only just so I don't accidentally pick them up by pressing B on other things, but also because the game, this game is sometimes held together with like glue, duct tape, and orphan's tears. And so on occasion, if you stack it a little too hard, put too many items on top of each other, it just crashes. Which, for obvious reasons, we are trying to avoid. But with that, that is about all the firebombs I can hold. That should be enough to get us through the rest of the game. And now we get to the last bit of, well, second to last bit of RNG that I have to worry about. The Witch of the Lake. So the witch here has a nice, whoa, good example, thank you for that. Has a set of moves, thank you for that as well, appreciate that. Whew. Okay. So anyway, so the witch here has a set of moves that she likes to use in combination. That was right there, that was just unlucky, but what she'll tend to do is she'll use one move, which is this big ball of lasers, and that makes you dodge in one direction, and then she tends to light you up with that machine gun attack you saw earlier from across the map, and they do so much damage. And it's, I mean, I'm already running around naked, so that's not helping, but like even on a normal run, it's just a rough time. So hopefully she plays nice and decides to let us actually succeed today. There's the lasers. And there's the machine gun. So you can see how that combo, if I was on the wrong end, would be a problem. Okay, buddy. But so far, it looks like she's gonna actually give it to us. I don't want to be optimistic here. And she's gonna try for it. Oh, she's not. Good on ya. That's good. Oh, you're gonna go from off the map. Okay, cool. There it is. Oh. Right, come on. There she goes. Nice. Whew. Okay. Take all this gold just in case something absolutely terrible happens. And we're gonna keep moving. So that wasn't so bad. Could have been far worse. For sure. Hey guys, how we doing? Keep it real. And we're gonna go over here and grab a few last minute items for our build. So first things first, one last sanctuary for the road. Thank you. We're gonna run over here, take this here tube, go this way. Now normally this area, come on now, normally this area is a giant labyrinth that you need to use all of your jumps and things to get through. We are only interested in one part of it, which is up here. A little bit of this, a little bit of this, a little bit of this, and bam! There's the thing I wanted. Take me home. I'm running out of bells. We better do something about that. We have merchant good. Just in case something weird happens, please give me 5 of those is fine. Thank you. In fact, while we're here, give me the rest of this. Alright. So with that done, I need to actually go find my blacksmith. He's hiding somewhere. There he is. And over here, since we picked up those pieces of paper, we can now upgrade this to its final form-ish, which is going to be level 6. And there we are. Glorious. And look, he even left us a little bit for a level up. Sure, why not? I'll take it. I'm going to spend that wisely. Popcorn. Perfect. Alright. Take me back to where I want to go. Take me back to the depths of hell. Alright. So, go back through the labyrinth a little bit, and instead of going all the way through and finding all the switches, we're just gonna do a little of this, and a little bit of this. There we go. Solid. And there we are, we're at the end of the labyrinth. Now we just take a little hop, skip, and a jump. And this will take us right to the boss. Whew, okay. So this is probably the last bit of RNG, at least for me, that we're gonna have to deal with. As you can see, we have Ornstein and Smo over there. Look at them in their glory. And if we kill Smo here quickly, we'll be golden. As you can see, Ornstein is currently making a nice, wonderful batch of pinballs for me to play with, and I ain't about that life, so we're gonna... Oh, come on, man. Well, while he's waiting, I'm gonna put on a charm. Thank you. There you go. That's better. Yeah, come to the fun part. Like I said, we're just trying to get it so that I can hit him without getting stuck by all these pinballs, because what will happen is my boy there, the unskinned, is gonna ricochet us literally like a pinball through all of those, and I am not about that life. Ow. Alright, buddy. Go sleep. Go sleep. There you go. And with that done, now it's just you. And I can deal with you. So as long as she doesn't do anything really stupid, like give us, I don't know, an entire wall that I can't get past or something silly like that, we should be okay. And also the hitboxes on these things are a little wonky, so I'm going to try my best to avoid it. Top off a little as well. Oh, okay. Now if she sits on the ground, that's actually really good for us, because of the way firebombs work. Oh, good. Thank you. Yep. I look forward to take that one. So the way firebombs work, and the reason that they're so OP for some reason... Lady, give it a rest. Okay. Oh, we'll give her a minute. The reason they work so well is because they have two hitboxes. The first one is just a damage over time effect, which is the little flames that you see on the ground sometimes. And if anything walks across that, it takes a little bit of damage, just like a little damage over time. However, if you hit it with the pot, it does like a set amount of damage, like let's just say 50, for example. So, what ends up happening is if you can get them on the ground, if you can just get an enemy or a boss on the ground, you can not only hit them with the fire pot, which does that set 50 damage, but then you also get the damage over time effect, which essentially they multiply into one another, and there you go. Lots of damage. And in case any of you were wondering, this was supposed to be the last area, and I have just skipped past all of it. You're welcome. And we are going to go right after this next boss, which is Scourge. Crap. My boy here. Hey, buddy. He's not so bad. So long as I don't get greedy, I can predict most of his moves. We just gotta... We have the unfortunate... Ooh. Buddy. What'd you eat? We have the unfortunate problem of the fact that he is resistant to pretty much every damage type there is, except for swords, which obviously we do not have. And last I checked, fire swords, or rather sword bombs, weren't really implemented just yet, so we're kind of working with what we got here. He's going to take about 100 pots, which is fine, because we had about 200 when we came into this fight. I think it was like 235, I don't know. Wasn't really paying attention. But if we can just get him on the first go, that would be fantastic. Boy, howdy, would I like that. Alright, I'm gonna need you to stop doing that, buddy. Okay, we're gonna keep doing it. That's literally the opposite of what I asked you to do. It's fine, you're hard of hearing, I get it. Alright. Basically, we're just gonna do this until he keels over and dies. So, like I said, this shouldn't be too bad. His patterns are predictable enough that you can, as long as you've got the stamina for it and he doesn't pin you too bad with that attack right there, you should be able to avoid everything. I think we're gonna be okay. Yay! Okay. Fine. Okay, you jumping? You jumpy boy today? That's good. And a walk in too. Nice. Alright, pal. Good luck to you. Take care. Alright. That wasn't so bad. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are in the final stretch of the game. Look at that, we even got a gold split. What a life. What a day. So this last area, in case you couldn't tell, is upside down, which Don't ask me why. Lore reasons, read the lore. And we're about to fight the last boss. Now the last boss is going to be a little tricky, because he's not weak to anything. He's weak to blunt, but he's not weak to any elements whatsoever. Luckily for us, we have a stick. And stick damages in blunt damage. So, who would win? A naked lady with a stick? Or the god of this planet? The question you should really ask yourself is, does that god have an oak allergy? And I think the answer is yes. Oh, yeah, buddy. Alright, pal. Not in front of all these nice people. Come on now. Here, have some more stick. You like stick? Get the stick. Get the stick, stupid. Alright. Come on, buddy. There you go. That's the move I like. I like that move a lot. You're gonna go for the lasers, aren't you? Yes, you are. Okay. So far, so good. He's really good RNG today. Really happy with this. He's going for it. Wow. Good for him. You, pal. Yeah, a little bit more holy stick. Why not? One more beef. One more. Adios, my dude. Take care of yourself. Alright. So yeah. That is Salt and Sanctuary. Take one last leap down this well, and that's time. 40 minutes, 12 seconds. That's a new personal best. Thank you very much. Wow. I've impressed myself. I wish I could say that that was the world record. I really wish I could. But unfortunately, the Salt and Sanctuary community has been overrun by a single runner named Smith, who is literally grabbing every single world record in every category he can. The man is a god gamer. If you haven't seen him play, and if you're interested in this game, give him a look. It's awesome. But hey, I'll take a PB. That's always good for me. Second place isn't bad. And in case any of you were wondering, this was or percent no major glitches for Salt and Sanctuary. Thank you very much for stopping by. Really appreciate you guys all paying attention. I'm sorry I couldn't watch the chat at the same time. Thank you for all those GGs in the chat. It's really great to see all that. I really appreciate that. Unfortunately, as I said earlier in the run, I cannot walk and talk at the same time. So the little talking I was able to do during this run, there you go. So so if any of you want to reach out to me to talk about anything, please feel free. You can find me at the Backlogs on YouTube. That's your best bet. And if you find any of my videos from there, every other link that I have for social media and the like is always in the description. I also do other stuff, you know, challenge runs about Pokemon or Dark Souls, all that good stuff. So feel free to stop by, see what you like. I promise I'm a little bit more funny when I'm actually edited. And other than that, that's all I've got for you all. So thanks again, everyone, for stopping by. This has been a fun marathon. I'm really glad to be here. I want to give it up to everyone that's been participating in the marathon so far. I am amazed at some of the records and some of the speedruns that I've seen so far. It's just crazy to me. And thank you all for being weird. If it weren't for us, they wouldn't have these miscellaneous categories, and everyone would just be going fast, and that's never any fun. At least, you know, for long periods of time. Anyway, I've rambled enough. I need to go get a drink of water and possibly sleep. I hope you all have a wonderful weekend. I hope you're ready to watch whatever the next game is in this marathon. I wanted to tell you what it was, but I cannot read it. It's a language I don't speak, but I'm sure it's going to be a good run. I hope you all have a good time. Take care of yourselves.